Okay, this box is saved in an FS file that's named foldlinesjoined.fs, and you can open that file and open this drawing and then save it to your user library so that you can play with it. And what this does is it shows that we have been able to join all the fold lines on the perimeter together so that they can act as one strategy for cutting this fold line here. And what I'm going to do to demonstrate this is I'm going to go to my little menu drop down over here, and it's kind of out of the screen, but what I'm going to select is machining filters, and that will open up this little window here. And so I'm going to turn off the cut and the info layers so that we can see what's going on here. And this fold line joins across all of these panels like this, and these three fold lines are separate fold lines, so are separate in that they're not joined to this one. But so I want to really show you what it does. So first off, I'm going to go to dimensions so that we can get our controls, and I'm going to go down here where we have our fold allowance, and I'm going to change our slots there to 20 millimeters, just so that we can see what's going on here. And now you can see that those lines continue even across these openings. You can see it better. Now the other thing that we wanted to do was make it to where that these panels can stagger up and down so that they could fold in certain orders, so that the thicker material, has an offset. So what I've done here is, if you go down to the panels, the normal way of adjusting these offsets were to go to, for example, panel number 1. You could go into the edit panel, and here's your top and bottom offset right here. And you can still do that. That works fine. But what I've done here is made it to where we can use a pattern to adjust those panel heights, and we can also use the thickness of the material or enter a thickness. So right now it's set to none, so that's 0 on our heights there. So if I go use pattern and then I select panels 1 and 3, what it's going to do is apply this 3 millimeter offset to these 1 and 3 panels on top and bottom. You can see how it's done there. And then the next thing that I want to show you is that I can change this material. Let's make it 20 millimeters. Now you can really see how that line is joined around like this, so that your tool will take one tool path for this whole thing. And excuse me. And so this is all connected here. Now if you want to go to panels 2 and 4, you can change it just like that, and you can go back to using the thickness of the material, or you can turn it off altogether and use no pattern, and that will set it back to the default. So that's how that works. And like I said, you can add this to your user library by opening the FS file, and just when you get the FS file open, and you're viewing the box in 3D, or in you don't even have to be in 3D, but we'll go ahead and turn these machining filters back on, which, there we are. And so you can easily add this by just clicking on Add to User Library. And remember that when you add something to a user library, all of these fields here can be changed. So you don't have to add it to a FEFCO catalog. You could start your own catalog with your own name, your own code name for the box, and styles. So this is a subgroup so that you can group them into subgroups, and then of course a description. So all these things can be changed before you add it to your user library. And even if you leave the code the same and you change some of these things, you can add it to your user library, and it will ask you, do you want to overwrite the existing one? And you can do that as well. So that's just a few things that you can do there, and how this works. So if you have any questions, send us an email, or get a hold of one of the representatives to ask us, and we'd be glad to answer it for you. Hope this helps.